Today we got a very interesting topic and a question that some of my clients have asked me in the past as well. I did have a recent customer that I work and help her to consolidate some debts, and basically this is a very common scenario that I've got. This particular scenario, she bought her house about 7 years ago. She bought her first home, and then a couple of years later she decided to change her car. So she bought a new car through a financing company and got a car loan. Then she decided to go overseas on a trip and maxed out her credit cards, two of her credit cards. Then recently she decided to do some renovations on her property, but rather than top up her home loan, she decided to apply for a personal loan, and that's how she got into these different debts, different monthly repayment that she was kind of struggling with so many repayments. And just to summarize her scenario, so when she came to me, her home loan was $500,000. She had an interest rate of 6%, and she was still remaining 23 years to go on the home loan. So she was making repayments of $3,345 per month. There was one credit card of $15,000 maxed out, and she was making repayments of $375 a month. And just remember, credit cards, they are very nasty. They normally have interest rate of 21% or more, so maybe around 20 to 22%. That's probably one of the highest interest rates in the market. She had a second credit card as well of $8,000 as well, maxed out, and making repayments of $200 per month. She bought the new car. The debt was $35,000 on an interest rate of $12,000 over 4 years still to go, making repayments of $922 per month. And finally, the personal loan that she took to make some renovations on the kitchen and bathrooms of the property. That was on an interest rate of 18% over 6 years still to go, repayments of $502 per month. So just to summarize, I divided in two. So one was the home loan, $500,000 with monthly repayments of $3,345 per month. And then all the other personal debts, the credit cards, the car loans, and the personal loan, $80,000 with monthly repayments, just adding all up, $1,999. So adding all the monthly repayments, she was making a total monthly repayment of $5,344. So basically the first thing I needed to check was that there was enough equity in the property just to consolidate everything into a home loan. So if you remember from my previous video, you remember that the optimum time to refinance is when the loan amount is below 80% of the property value. So in her case, when we did the valuation, so she had a very strong position. The property has increased in value over the last 3-4 years. So obviously we're going through a boom in property prices in 2021, 2022, and then everything just started to go, interest rates going up. And so things changed, but her property increased in value and got to a $1 million in property value. Existing home loan was $500,000, so it was a like 50% loan to value ratio. That's what we referred to. So 50% was the loan value compared to the property value. So we have plenty of equity to go to and to use to consolidate the debts. In terms of this strategy, something that is important to understand when you consolidate debts, especially when it comes to credit cards, car loans, and personal loans, is like you take the loan for 1 to 7 years instead of having a home loan over 30 years. So when you consolidate personal debts, it's always a good idea to keep the same term of the existing loan. So in her case was 4 or 6 years. So what we decided to do was having a split loan. So $80,000 to consolidate the credit cards, car loan and personal loan in one separate loan from the home loan. So $80,000 over 5 years. So we kind of make sure that we were gonna make that portion paid as soon as possible rather than extending the loan term for 30 years. So that would make her probably very slim repayments, but if you extend the term of the loan to 30 years, then she would have paid a lot on interest. So part of this strategy was to actually get that portion paid over 5 years with a lower interest rate, of course. And then the home loan on a separate loan, so a separate split. The split number one was the home loan, $500,000 over the same term of 23 years. So we didn't change the term of the original loans, but we kept the same term so we could compare apple with apples. And that way, in both the splits, we reduced the interest rate to 4.99%. And that resulted in her home loan going down from a monthly repayment of $3,345 to $3,050. Okay, so that was almost $300, so $295 of savings in monthly repayments from the home loan. And when it comes to all the personal debts, the 2 credit cards, car loan and the personal loan, so we got the split number 2, $80,000, 4.99% of interest rate over a 5-year loan term, and the repayment was $1,510. So that was a massive saving from $1,999 to $1,510. So almost $400 roughly in savings for her in monthly repayments. And when we took the overall position, the home loan plus all the personal debts, so just remember, she was making total monthly repayments of $5,344, and we ended up helping her to pay only $4,560 per month. So that was a massive saving of $784 a month. So that's over $8,000 a year that she was saving from this refinance. So by consolidating the debts, the first thing is we reduced the interest rates. We were able to check with different lenders, negotiate aggressively with the lenders to get a really low interest rate. The second thing we did was making sure that she was not going to pay more interest over a long-term loan. So rather than having the personal debts over 20 or 30 years, we kept the personal debts to be paid in a separate loan over 5 years. So that gave us a lot more savings for her. But look, personal circumstances are different from everyone. So it depends on your particular situation, and it depends as well on your cash flow and your objectives as well. So we can look at different options as well to make repayments even lower. If that's what you're looking for, and maybe just free some cash flow to do something else. So that's another option. But in her particular scenario, all we tried to do was keeping the same loan term, 5 years and 23 years for the home loan. 2 separate splits, one for the personal debt. So we make sure that the $80,000 was paid as quickly as possible and she could manage to get out of that debt quicker. And we had a really good result from that. I hope you have enjoyed this video, so don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube video channel, and just follow us for any more educational content that we are gonna share in the future. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching us, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.